Hello, this is Angelia with today's Bible reading. Today's Bible reading comes from Exodus 23, the Sabbath and the land. And of course, there are some people, they're still squabbling about what day is the Sabbath day. And it depends on the calendar you go by. Because Seventh-day Adventists and other people say Saturday's Sabbath day because it's the seventh day. And then other people feel like Monday is the first day of the week, Sunday is the second day in the weekend, so therefore Sunday is the Sabbath day. You know, I think the important thing is that you observe a Sabbath day like God told you to do. So I think that's the important thing. You shall sow your land for 6 years, and gather in its yield. But on the 7th year you shall let it rest and lie fallow. And now, not many people do that. I know we have a farm down in the southern part of the state, and I think those farmers go, I don't think anyone ever leaves a field fallow. Now, I had an uncle, and he had several fields, and he would rotate fields. And I think back in the day, they kind of did do that and divide it up into where, one of the fields lay fallow. So, that's to help it get more richness in the soil and everything. So God knew what he was doing when he told people stuff. He wasn't just talking off his head. He knows stuff, because when you let the field, and our plan is whenever we go to build down on this land, right now we got a guy who's doing hay on it because we're not using it. So, he's watching the place for us and mowing, and so why not let him have free hay? We're not going to be a jerk about it because we're not using the place. We just go down there on a weekend getaway. So, grow some flowers and, trees and things. We got a berry patch and some trees and a pond with fish. But, we know from the research we've done that the hay's really not good for the land. It doesn't put nutritional value back in the land. So when we get a house and we're not going to be doing hay anymore, we're going to have to let that grass go and die and everything before the soil will have some good nutrition in it. Now, they do put some fertilizer in it, so, they're trying. But hay is really bad for your soil. Google that if you want to. So the needy of your people may eat. Because, if the volunteer stuff comes up, then people can glean in your fields. And as we know, the whole Ruth Boaz story, that's how that went down. She was gleaning in the field after the people had, done their gathering. And whatever they leave, the beast of the field may eat. Now, when we live down on our farm, we're going to have a garden for us that's going to be fenced in, and we're going to have an animal garden. If you ever watch YouTube and know who Chunk the Groundhog is, that kind of inspired that for us. We're going to have an animal garden that's not fenced with a wildlife camera. We've got a couple of those so that we can watch the animals eat the goodies at night. So, and hopefully stay in their own garden and not come into ours is the goal there. You are to do the same with your vineyard and your olive grove. We plan on having a vineyard. We have a little hill on the side of our farm called Vineyard Hill. As we know, vines, grapes, and things need the drainage and everything. So we thought that would be a good place to put vines to maybe have a vineyard someday. Olive trees don't really grow. You can get some hardy ones, but we might try and grow some olives on the farm. We'll see. 6 days you are to do your work, but on the 7th day you shall cease from labor, so that your ox and your donkey may rest, and the son of your female slave, as well as your stranger, may refresh themselves. So, everybody gets a break 1 day a week. And that's what people, I just do. And I'm like, no, I don't do that. Oh, you don't do nothing on Sunday? Well, no, because it's the Sabbath day. God gave me 1 day off a week, I'm taking it. So, that's how I feel about that. And notice they said you're stranger, so God from even the Old Testament times made provisions for the stranger in your borders, Now concerning everything which I have said to you, be on your guard, and do not mention the name of other gods, nor let them be heard from your mouth. And of course, there are still people nowadays who, are playing in the other team's deal, who have other gods. I had a woman, when I went to a spiritual education place, asked me if I prayed to a certain female god, and I was like, no. She said, oh, well, some people do. And I'm like, no. I guess she thought I was kind of a feminist, so she thought maybe I prayed to this god. And I was like, no, I'm a Christian, so no, I do not. But that is the prescriptions for the Sabbath and the land. Amen. Please like and share this Bible reading so we can spread it around the world. If you want to help me out, subscribe to my YouTube channel. If you want to help me out even more, go to my Patreon page and become a patron. The link to that is in my posts. Thanks for watching. That's all for now. Until next time.